It's the base.
Wait, so we're gonna start off hot with Will Smith? Like, his comeback? All right, go.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Fab, you can't come in spicy like that, bro.
You gotta come in straight to
the You can't come in with that level of spice, bro. With that level of sauce, you can't.
That jiggy with it.
Let me start from the top, bro. A young man was born in West Philadelphia, born and raised, right, and on a playground. That's where he spent most of his days. Then he got jumped. Ran to LA, right? Beverly Hills specifically. Started chilling out there for a little bit. Used his family to get up. Got put in Legend of Bagger Vance. He got put in that. He got put in another movie. What's it? The shit with the bus. The bus hit the guy. He has to hide the package. It's a spy track.
Oh yeah, the Pursuit of No, it's not that, but
Enemy of State. One of them. Enemy of State.
Fuck it.
Doesn't fucking matter. That's the last movie that he had. He was opposite a black woman. And moving forward, he was either opposite a Latino or opposite a white woman. He left older black woman behind, and everything he played moving forward was across from a Spanish woman, a Latino woman, sorry, or a white woman, right? Then he cheated on his wife with Margaret Robbie or whatever the girl name is, the girl who played Harley Quinn. Then he ended up smacking a comedian who had trauma. Now he's back with a fucking slave movie. He's back with a slave movie. The only way he can get back in our good graces is with a slave movie. He's using black trauma to profit, and he's using it to push his career forward because we wouldn't accept you after that bullshit you pulled. It's crazy, bro. Your movies are subpar at best. You battled Batman when you had the black superhero movie with Hancock. Once again, your weakness was a white woman, which is crazy. Like, what are you here for, bro? You were supported by us moving forward through your community, through the community, right? And then you started dropping these lackluster movies. But because it was you, we was like, it's Will Smith, we fuck with you. But I hope we do not support this emancipation bullshit. I hope we do not support this bullshit ass movie, my nigga. Who have you become, bro? Like, this shit is. Bad Boys 3 was trash. Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys 1 was probably your last best movies because you was across. Actually, Bad Boys 1 you was across from a white girl. Bad Boys 2 was across from Gabrielle Union. Bad Boys 2 was better than Bad Boys 1, bro. And that was because of Martin Lawrence.
What about the film with
Martin Lawrence?
What about him in Rush Hour?
Wild Wild West was the greatest movie he ever made. So.
Oh God, come on, bro.
another across from another Spanish woman, bro. Yo, let's get the fuck out of here, bro.
Oh, wait. So you sound bitter. So just to recap, what happened was he started a movie where it was him cross Chris Rock, where he was defending a black woman, and then he got canceled for that. I remember. Is that what people were saying? And now he's back. Now he's back and better than ever. What happened?
Now he's back as a super slave.
Super slave. He said super slave.
In a slave thriller called Emancipation. It wasn't the Emancipation Proclamation that freed the slaves, by the way.
Well, the gatekeepers took him out of timeout and was like, "Okay, you can act again now. You can be Will Smith again. Hope you learned your lesson. Don't do that again, boy."
Pow. Go be our nigger now. Crazy.
And he comes out playing a slave. I wish we had like fire emojis. Like,
but why y'all mad though? Why y'all mad? He's just making a movie. He's just trying to make that money.
Because he was our hero. He was our hero. Now who do I look forward to? Tyler Perry?
No, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's doing good things.
What?
Let's talk about another black hero, Kanye.
Oh, can I take that one?
Kanye and Kyrie.
We were gonna please go.
I'll take Kanye. No, I'm gonna take Kanye. I know Ed Boy is itching to take Kyrie, so he can take Kyrie.
I'll take either one.
But no, I'll take Ye. Okay, so twofold. On one side, you can say that this is another elongated manic episode of bipolar, depression, anxiety, mental health crisis, whatever you want to call it, that Ye has been going through on and off for a number of years now.
And that's the base. All right.
And that's the base. mixed with the divorce, mixed with whatever else he's got going on, conspiracies, love of Trump, whatever. You could take it that way. You could also take it from another lens of he's doing this self-sabotage on purpose strategically to get out of all his obligations legally with the different sponsors and so forth and branding so that he can just have one singular body, Yeezy or Ye or whatever the hell he wants to call it, Donda, whatever. And this is all on purpose and this is all strategy. You can look at it either way. The way I'm going to look at it, and I don't know how you guys are going to look at it, when artists or figures, race aside, just in terms of like power and influence, when you don't have a circle, when you don't have a circle, I love the Kanye stroke, when you don't have a circle of people that can call you out on your shit, hold you accountable, have difficult conversations with you, when that is absent and you have nobody to check you at all on any level whatsoever, like this is the type of behavior that can happen. This is a very, very obvious cautionary tale of that. Like, I feel like at one point in his career, whether it was his mother or people in his circle or whoever, I feel like he did have people that could pull him aside, or maybe his dad even, because I watched the Ye documentary, and there were multiple times where he called his dad, and his dad was like, "Yo, I just want you to take care of yourself. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but I wouldn't have done that." I don't know if he has that right now, or I don't know if he has a version of that is conducive to a day-to-day. So with that being said, he's saying whatever the hell he wants to say, whenever the hell he wants to say it, however the hell he wants to say it. And he's got a lot of stuff going on. And I don't really agree with going DEFCON 5 on any group, let alone the Jewish community or any community for that matter. He's doing him. And wow, yeah, man. And that's the base.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to add. Him in particular, especially saying, hearing him talk on different platforms. Like, I heard him on the Lex Friedman podcast. I saw him on Piers Morgan. Saw him a couple other places. He's clearly not all there, and it seems like he's parroting things that he's hearing rather than coming up with his own opinion. Like, for example, he cites Candace Owens' documentary about George Floyd, and he basically parrots his opinion about that whole situation from that. It just seems like he's taking a whole bunch of, mostly right-leaning sort of talking points and conspiracies, and he's just mishmashing it together. It's hard to, it just doesn't seem like you said, he's all there. And particularly when it comes to coming at George Floyd, then having the White Lives Matter thing with no context, and then you're calling out the Jewish community using rhetoric that pretty much Nazis use, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they control everything, therefore this, and this. It's like he's not taking any accountability for his own actions. He's blaming everyone else. He's blaming a particular community when really he has no one to blame but himself. I don't know. It's a funny little sideshow. I've never been like really invested in Kanye at all. It's just kind of like so present that, I don't know. It's just something to watch, but it is sad to watch. It is sad to watch because even in the best case scenario, let's say he's playing 4D chess, getting out all my obligations, like he's making a bad account of himself, the people around him. It's just so many intersections. The hip hop community, how people view African American. It's just a shit show, bro. Like, even in the best case scenario, it's not looking good. I just hope he gets some help. I don't want him to. Yup. I don't, I don't wish badly on anyone. I just hope that, he gets some help, whether he disappears or comes back anew. Otherwise it's a fun little distraction,
Originally, I was going to pull up bashing him, but then as time passed and he got worse and worse, I was like, nah, it don't feel good kicking somebody while they're down. And they're about to super cancel him. I know you were talking about cancel culture. I think 2 pods ago was the last pod. We were saying we don't believe people could. Well, I forgot the argument, but they're really trying to shut him down on everything. Like, it's people coming out of nowhere saying we don't even work with Kanye. They don't even work with Kanye. Just to end him, just to end his career.
Well, think about it. It's like your company, you have shareholders, you come out super hot against, a particular group, particularly historically marginalized group. Bro, it's not going to look good. It's just bad for business. Regardless of whatever moral, political things are behind it, it's just bad for business. No one's going to support that, nor should they. I don't see how you can, have someone on your team who is like, espousing anti-Semitism and anti-Black rhetoric and be a prominent figure, have $1 million deals with like Adidas and Balenciaga and stuff like that. It's just it's not tenable. So he's the architect of his own misery.
Yeah, I think he's gonna quote unquote get canceled, meaning like pay the consequences of his ridiculous actions. I'm super annoyed with him. Not like I know him, but I'm just it kind of annoys me. This like celebrities annoy me when they intersect themselves sometimes in things that like they clearly don't know shit about, and it feels like it's really more for attention than anything else, which is like what Kanye I feel has been doing like for as long as I can remember, since the old Kanye, for like way too long now. And I just I get annoyed with it because it's just like I feel like he just wants attention. What besides all the other bullshit that's going on, he just wants some kind of attention. He has his own things going on, and like he's just being taken advantage of by other people, clearly. But whatever, he's also taking advantage of other people as well because he just wants, again, that attention. And it just kind of like annoys me, like celebrities that do that in general, because I think Kyrie kind of, I'm not really following the Kyrie shit too well, but I get the same feeling from him just because of like previous things he's like said in the past, like the COVID shit, I think some flat earth bullshit. And I'm just like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You can't just like reset your perks overnight. And now today you pass, now today you're a scientist. I was like, my man, I know you didn't pass science class. Like, it's very obvious. Like, bro, just, it's like, I don't want to tell somebody that they can't express their opinion. But to me, this is like, you're being like ignorant. You're being stupid. You're being selfish. And it's just like, you're also a celebrity. So it's like a different thing for some no-name person to say that, right? But it's just like, you're a celebrity and you should pay the consequences for that. Now, I don't know much about the exact Kyrie thing, but I've been seeing my my friends post shit about it. And actually, before you even get to that, one of the other thing that kind of annoys me about like the celebrity obsession and them interjecting themselves in things is it's like the things that I'm seeing my other friend group share are like not even thought out arguments. It's literally just like memes that they're getting off the internet. It's just like random talking points. I'm hearing like the same exact like jokes, the same exact like arguments that kind of like reiterate the same type of messaging that I heard specifically from Kanye, because I haven't followed the Kyrie thing. So then I'm like, what the fuck? Now I'm even more fucking annoyed, right? Because it's just like, we all like Kanye, my cousins and I growing up because of his music. They still listen to his music. They're still way more into like hip hop culture and I guess more relevant music now. But I feel like they're only taking him serious just because he's famous. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a lot of people too. And it's just like, what the fuck? Why are you making things just so much worse? Like, just go and play basketball, or go, please make a fire album for once. Like, I don't know, man. It just kind of bothers me. And then it bothers me even more because I'm seeing it around me, and I don't even have social media right now. I took all that shit off. But whatever, I don't know. That's kind of like my thoughts on that shit. I don't know what y'all wanted to say about Kyrie or anything else.
I was gonna say Kanye should make an album called Ye Emancipation and get back in good graces, like Will Smith did.
I don't think Hollywood's gonna allow him to do anything. just saying.
I heard he's gonna make the soundtrack for the Emancipation thing.
For Ye Emancipation.
Ye Emancipation, yeah.
But I also don't want to hit him with the shut up and play ball or shut up and make music clause. But to speak on things you not necessarily know nothing of, but to make such crazy stakes, knowing the power of your celebrities, it's like you're discounting how big of a person you are and how much people take these words for life for themselves. Like, oh, I believe in it now. Or, I'm a flat earther because Kyrie said he's a flat earther. He makes sense.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like the irresponsibility of, and I'll just use Ye and I'll just use Kyrie since they're what we're discussing right now. Like Kyrie will turn around and be like, yeah, I can say whatever I want to say. Like I remember a reporter, he got into it with a reporter last week or 2 weeks ago, and it was like the journalist was just like, yeah, like, why did you share that? And Kyrie's like, I can share whatever I want to share. But you also have multiple millions of people following you. So there does come a responsibility with that. It does, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Like, it's one thing for like somebody who, a regular average Joe with like 50 followers, who just only follows food pages and a couple of his friends or whatever. But it is different when you have 4 million or 5 million or 10 million followers on your Instagram. If you post something or repost something or tweet something or retweet something or quote tweet something or whatnot, there's power in that. Like, social media is a juggernaut right now. And the whole perception is reality thing, social media has put that shit on steroids. It really has. Like, yep. So what I'm saying is that there's the negligence of the responsibility or refusal to accept responsibility or accountability is over 9,000, and shame on Kanye and shame on Kyrie in both instances for not caring.
So I don't know how Kyrie responded. I guess when maybe one of y'all can give a little background on the information, I'll tell you what I heard. But the other thing that got me really tight is just like when I saw the interview with between Ye and Lex, and there was like a lot of points where like he got like obviously shellacked on or confronted with something that was like, okay, maybe you're wrong or I'm definitely wrong, and it's just like there's no like no one's there to try to like talk things out, or at least like Kanye wasn't there to try to like maybe change his mind, or even like when confronted with information that like should change your mind or maybe contradict something you said. I feel like he didn't really like take that into consideration and just kind of shrugged it off. Like that's the other kind of thing that kind of gets me about like celebrities, and politicians do that. They're like semi-celebrities, I guess, in their own respects. But because yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell somebody, yo, don't say shit, stay in your lane. But it's just like, man, when you even confronted with like information that like clearly says you're wrong, like you just kind of like double down on your point, and then you just make me cringe and I get secondhand embarrassment. But with the Kyrie thing, my fault, go, bro.
No, go.
I was gonna say with the Kyrie thing, did he share a video that he didn't watch and it had like anti-Semitic stuff in it?
He shared a link to a video on an Amazon video that talks about, the sort of you ever seen the guys in the street, the Black Hebrew Israelites, and how they say like the Black people are the real Jews, etc.
Yeah,
it was like that sort of video.
Not to be confused with the 5%ers.
No.
Oh yeah, no, that's different.
No,
there's like
right.
Yeah, they're different. They're way different. 5%ers come from they're not really an offshoot, but the founder was a member of Nation Islam. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's crazy. It's goofy shit. And not only that, but he is a person already didn't have a lot of goodwill to begin with. You know, his ongoing rifts with management of his team, you know, the COVID thing where he refused to get shots, et cetera, et cetera. He already didn't have a lot of goodwill. So there wasn't, he didn't have a lot of grace to go through. The grace that he had was because he's one of the best players in the league. That's why this went on for so long. It's because he kind of had that privilege of being like a cash cow.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like, I understand everybody who's like, oh, this is just cancel culture again. And this is cancel culture all over again. And this is being PC and you can't say anything about anything or whatnot. But, I would combat that with, no, I'm not a fan of cancel culture in that regard. Like I'm just bringing up like old tweets to try to ruin somebody just for the fuck of it. Like, I think that's kind of ridiculous. But in this instance, especially with Kyrie though, it's like, just off of Ed Boy's point, it's like, okay, so you already came off the bat with the COVID stuff. You said what you said, even though a lot of the stuff was bonkers or whatever. And he's more of like a stick to my guns, like, I'm just doing this. I'm all about love and positivity and this, that, and the third, but at the same time, I could say whatever I want to say. Like, he contradicts himself so many times. And I'm talking about like in actual, like, Instagram lives or actual interviews. So I'm not talking about quotes, because quotes and stuff gets doctored. I'm talking about like when he goes live and tries to set the record straight, you know what I mean? And said like, no, this is me. This is straight from my mouth. No, don't be. And I'm just like, yeah, but bro, like, that doesn't fall in line with like reality. That's your opinion. But again, the refusal to take responsibility and accountability, to me, as whether you're an artist, whether you're a athlete or a politician, whatever, if you're a public figure with a tremendous following, there is a responsibility that comes with that. It is. That's facts. And I just don't think that he really cares about that, because to him, he's just spreading positivity. He's just doing me. My thing is like, okay.
I want to switch it up a bit. Instead of shitting on black celebrities who are fucking up, let's shit on white celebrities who are fucking up. Elon Musk, everybody. Well, I don't know if he's fucking up, but he's under heat right now. I just wanted to hear kind of like your thoughts on it, because Elon Musk is another one of those, like, he's a CEO. Clearly, he has multiple companies. He's, he came from privilege, but that's besides the point, right? He's like, I consider him like, I think of him more as like a celebrity, like billionaire now, like a celebrity CEO, because I don't know, that's what's pretty, like a Tony Stark. So he recently, if you've been living under a rock, right? Like recently that Twitter thing went through. So he's just kind of like been wreaking havoc, or creating like a lot of buzz around the Twitter product. So I'm trying to think of which one is like the good one to begin with. Oh, so one of the big things is the firing of employees. I think he fired like 3,700 employees in like one day, without giving any type of like notice. That's kind of like, I guess you could say, a little hot off the press right now. You're supposed to give, so I think like a 60-day warning, some shit like that. I think it depends on the state you live in, or be paid severance, some shit like that. I don't know the fucking laws, but some people are trying to sue just because he kind of went about it in a bad way. That reminded me the other thing he did before this, which people suspected it was to try to get a lot of people to quit, so he doesn't have to pay severance or just less people to deal with. He was like, hey, this is going to be the expectation from now on. You're going to be working 12 hours like that, remote from that remote work thing is out the door, blah, 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 kind of setting these really high expectations to kind of get people to like just quit. But I think specifically he was talking about them, like, I guess, working that really hard to build out the specific things he wants, and that being like the blue check mark that you can like pay for now for like $8 a month, I think it is. All I've been seeing, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say about it. There's been a lot of people kind of like trolling that new feature, kind of just paying the $8 to verify themselves as Elon Musk, and then just like tweeting a whole bunch of like just ridiculous shit. So that's kind of like pretty funny. I've been seeing like conflicting news about like people leaving Twitter. Clearly, all the news right now that at least I'm being fed is like, hey, this is kind of like, you know, bad for Twitter, blah, blah, blah. It seems like it's really bad. I don't really give either way. I'm just kind of like annoyed with Elon Musk, but also entertained by all of this, like at the same time. I did find out something interesting about Twitter. I think it doesn't have that many users compared to like things like Facebook. Like Facebook still has like multiple times way more than like Twitter. But I think it has to do with the type of people that kind of use Twitter, like older politicians, like celebrities and things like that. So I don't know, maybe it's kind of like I kind of think about it like the Apple Android effect, where like there's a lot more people with Android, but all the money's in Apple. Kind of think about that as Twitter, even though Twitter doesn't like really make money. But I don't know. He says that there's going to be a whole bunch of changes coming about, something about like freedom of speech, blah, 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 whatever. I haven't checked any of this. No, actually, I don't really want to comment on the individual tweets because they're just funny right now. But I don't know. Are any of y'all still on Twitter, or anybody has any thoughts about that shit?
Never had Twitter.
Twitter is my most favorite app on my phone, bro.
Oh,
really? Still?
Ever, bro.
Black Twitter is hilarious. Like,
I get my Black Twitter through Reddit. I just go on the Black Twitter thing.
So I go to Twitter for two reasons. Number one is foolishness from Black Twitter, and for sports news. You know what I mean? Because yeah, number three is the same reason. I'm not gonna say number three.
That Will Smith ass shit.
Me and Fab follow the same sites.
I found it. You. Follow.
Stop the fight.
It's amazing, bro.
Twitter's crazy. Twitter's kind of wild these days.
Long story short, I think, Elon Musk kind of postured about how things are going to change at Twitter. If you want advertising dollars, which kind of runs the platform, then not much will change. I hear even people speaking, and this is anecdotally, be like, oh yeah, Elon Musk is going to change Twitter. All these things are going to change. It's going to be way more open platform. I was like, no, it's not. Like, if he gets in there, I wager he's going to look at things. He's going to fire some people, maybe make some minor changes, but he's going to find out very quickly how their bread is buttered and fall in line relatively quick. Not much is going to change, or else it's going to suffer as a platform. So yeah, this idea that, everything's going to massively change. If he's like not being a halfwit, that much isn't going to change.
Yeah, it's a publicly traded company. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like to say that one guy's going to come in and just be Trump and just try to just do all these crazy things like overnight or whatnot. I don't think that's realistic. I'm kind of with Eddie on that in that regard. Now, the whole subscription thing, I've already come out and say I'm not doing it. Like, and if it does like go into effect like across other features, like you have, it's another Apple Plus or whatever. It's another Netflix where you have to have this. I'm gonna get off of it. Like,
quick correction: Twitter's not going to be a public company for long. It's going to be private. It's going to be delisted from the stock exchange soon. Probably even, I don't know, maybe in a couple of days. I got to
was that going to already happen whether Elon Musk came on board or not?
Oh, I don't know. I just know that it's going to go private.
Elon Edwin, why do you think he's doing that?
Elon
probably for the reason that Ugo was alluding to. So, not as much public control. There's probably I haven't looked into it, but there's probably some sort of financial incentive. There probably is an incentive for less public scrutiny. Because if you are a public company, like Ugo said, you do. I mean, you answer the shareholders regardless, but you generally have a much wider net of shareholders. When you're a public company, potentially millions of shareholders. So yeah.
I mean, just look at WWE. Like Vince McMahon is. Edwin knows this because we talked about this a billion times. How crazy, it is. Vince McMahon has run the company, quote unquote, for 20, 30, 40 years now, right? All of this, and a lot of his demons, a lot of his skeletons with sexual assault and payoffs and settlements and this, that, and the third. It got to the point where a publicly traded company like WWE that is publicly traded, the board of trustees, shareholders, so forth and so on, they basically said, listen, moving forward with you, we can't. You have too much, so we might have known about some of the things, but this is crazy. This is wild. So a decision was made and he was removed from the equation, something that a lot of people thought was never going to happen. Never in a million years. They're like, what? Vince is always going to own WWE. He's always going to be the face of pro wrestling. He's Vince McMahon. He's all knowing. No. WWE is a publicly traded company. So
who's the face now?
Now it's Triple H, his son-in-law. Triple H now. Triple H and his daughter, Stephanie. They kind of co-run it together. Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Paul Levesque. That's his government. So yeah, but to go to again to Edwin's point, the checks and balances are a little bit clearer once a company is publicly traded. You don't just answer to yourself or whatever, or your boss. No, you're not. It's not one singular voice, basically. You answer to someone or a group above you, and that's just how it's set up. So we'll see how Twitter moves going into the next 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 years. Should be interesting.
Also, oh shit, I was about to talk, didn't realize I was muted. Midterm elections. Hope whoever's watching, hope y'all voted.
Who do you vote for?
For governor? Yeah. I voted Herschel.
I didn't think he was going to say. I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah. That's not a secret. But, I mean, there's other stuff on the ballot, too. There are 4 resolutions on the ballot. Most of them were, I think 3 of them were New York City ones talking about changing some of the wording in the New York City charter in order to, encourage programs that will deal with environmental stuff, racial inclusion, things of that nature. But in some places, voting is going to be huge because in some states, in recent years, for example, Kansas, they straight up had a proposition: do you want to legalize marijuana? That shit is very important. When people say voting is not important, psych, yes, it is. Some places more important than others. It'll be more acutely important. But in some states, especially now, first of all, who's going to control the House and the Senate? That's up for grabs. That's tossed up in the air. And locally, in some places, there are a lot of hot button topics, and whoever gets voted in or whatever propositions get passed will affect things like, legality of marijuana, access to abortion, environmental stuff. It's a pretty big deal. So Just one of those things. I just try to. I'm still not all that great at focusing on politics, particularly local politics, but I try to learn when I can, try to tune in when I can, and there was a little fight at the polling place though. It was funny. It wasn't like a physical fight.
Tell us about it.
No, so basically, look, it's a long story, but I'll show you the story. There was a disagreement between a guy and the poll worker. The poll worker couldn't find this guy's name, so she put him aside so she could help other people. But she was being very rude. Let's say that she's being pretty rude to everybody. Not in a way where she's attacking people, but you could tell she's had a long ass day or something just happened that she's annoyed. Right? So this guy's sitting there. Eventually she tries to help him, tries to find his name in the system. Can't do it. So she's like, this is not your name, or this isn't your district or whatever. You're just not here. You're John Doe. You don't exist. Have a nice day. And then he's like, no, I'm here. And then they're going back and forth. So this line is building up, right? I end up waiting there 15 minutes watching this whole thing unfold. I'm there's one lady right in front of me. And we're watching this thing whole unfold. Finally, another poll worker comes and tries to help the current poll worker to find this name. But now the poll workers are arguing because she's like, no, I did everything. And then she's like, no, you have to do this. And she's like, no, what are you talking about? And then in 45 seconds, this other poll worker solves the problem. And then everybody's just really? Right? Everyone's like, what the fuck? And then afterwards, she has the sort of gall to be rude to everybody else. I came up. She's like, what's your name?
Yeah, deserve it.
I was like, Adam. She's like, ADAM. What's the
y'all watching? Y'all this is y'all.
Wow. So it turned.
Yeah, we're judging her.
It turned into the DMV. Awesome. It's good to know.
Yeah, man. Tip and DMV. Get there right when they open. If you don't get there right when you're open, you're done. You're done. Your day. Just dedicate whatever. It doesn't matter what you have to do. 4 hours at least.
I thought you were gonna tell us that people were having a heated conversation about politics.
Yeah.
Oh, nah. I've never seen anyone talk about politics at a voting place. I mean, I'm sure it happens in some places because sometimes I see videos of people really getting into it, but in New York, everyone just votes and leaves. No one's really talking to each other.
The teacher's lounge, back when I did teach, it got pretty spicy in there about politics.
Were they white?
Yes, they were white. There were a couple people of color. I was always the only black man, but there were a couple of black women there. But yeah, it got super spicy more than once.
Well, you're super spicy.
Thank you.
All the time.
I try to be. Herschel Walker.
Oh man, Herschel Walker, the man who staunchly against abortion, allegedly paid for an abortion back in the day. Interesting. Very interesting.
People change, bro.
They do.
It's true. I mean, to be fair, people do change, but it seems curious that he would leave that under wraps. That seems very interesting.
Have you listened to this man?
The wiser you become.
Have you listened to this man speak? Have you listened to the things that this man has said?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he has CTE. I'm almost positive. Because he did football and then he briefly did MMA. Yeah, he's shot.
Yeah.
He's rich though.
He's rich
and well known in the state of, he's very well known. So, and the fact that he's doing that and he's running Republican in a contested state, he's going to have some,
It might go to a runoff too. That's
man. If Herschel Walker, let me just put Herschel and let me just see this man's face real quick. Oh, it said Hershey.
Same thing. Let me do another GIF of him, and then we can.
Man, the first thing I see in Google Photos, I see a picture of him, Herschel Walker. NFL concussions aren't always the blame, but often they are, though. But often they are. Like,
Oh wait, was that a real sheriff shit, son?
Yes,
Was it-
yes.
oh man.
Yo,
Shout outs to the Cowboys.
we traded him away. Okay? So he helped bring us a dynasty. Like we don't claim him.
Nah,
anymore.
man.
We don't claim him anymore.
Shout outs to the Vikings. Shout outs to the Cowboys. Shout out to the what was he? He was an Eagle too. Shout outs to the Eagles.
Nah, shout out to the Vikings. Dallas, we don't claim him.
All right, yo, you jocks. Did anybody watch Black Adam?
Yes. I enjoyed it.
I didn't
So
see.
did I.
I enjoyed it.
Coño. We can't see it.
I'm gonna see Black Panther on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
It came out.
11th. It comes out on the 11th.
And I want to see the Queen. Is it the shit called? Queen of Kings of Queens. Something King.
You mean woman?
Kevin James.
There we go. I gotta see woman.
He confused King of Queens with Woman King.
That's
wow.
funny. He was like, "Yo, Kevin James as the Woman King."
Kevin James.
Not Viola Davis, but Kevin James.
I gotta see that.
There's a movie where Kevin James plays Sean Payton from that.
Y'all think it's over for theaters?
Nah, I mean,
I wouldn't say that.
It's theaters are never going to be what they were, right? But it's just another outing. Just like plays are still a thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when movies came out, people would be like, "Yo, plays? What? That shit is over with." Like,
yeah.
So it'll just be another thing. It's just like whatever new. It has a lot of staying power. So whatever new comes out is just going to be, our attention's going to be more dispersed. So it's still going to make money, just probably not as much or in different ways. They're going to probably gross more like at some point, through streaming and through home purchases and stuff like that. But, there's a movie experience. Like some people just like that experience. Some people like going to a theater. They like the smell of stale popcorn and industrial grade, butter, and they love that shit. So
you're supposed to take your girlfriend to if there's no theaters.
Netflix and chill. What are you talking about?
The clinic.
Wow.
Hey,
yo,
bro, you gotta make sure she's clean. Yo. You gotta get the Carfax, bro.
Nobody thinks it's over for the movie theater.
No. Nah, I kind of hope it gets a little bit more bougie, but that's only so it's better for those once a year times I go. But
I think streaming services or whatnot. Do I think they're going to replace theaters like one day? I don't think so. I don't. I think that there's always going to be a percentage of people that want to go to a movie theater. That crowd is always going to be there. To say that movie theaters are going to go away is like saying, are carnivals ever going to go away? There's always a state fair. There's a Texas state fair that's been around since like the 1800s, and a New York state fair, and you know what I'm saying. So it's always gonna be a part of American culture.
Is the better? I was gonna say the better question is, how do you think it'll change?
Right. So since the pandemic, it's been like a hit to the movie theater service in general.
Yes, that's
and
true.
A lot of theaters have to close down.
True.
Because there's the only way you can run a theater is with people.
Right.
And people aren't going to the movies, and it's not happening. The last couple of movies that dropped, including Marvel movies, which usually pull the biggest crowd, you don't hear nothing about the numbers anymore. There's no world-breaking, record-breaking numbers, none of that shit.
Black Adam did crazy numbers, though.
Since the crazy numbers, but not what it could have did if it's
true. I mean, no, I agree with you in a sense. It's definitely taken a hit, and especially with COVID. But a lot of things took a hit. You know what I mean? Especially like live entertainment wise. Like I was with the Harlem Wizards, I was out of a job with the Wizards for like a year plus. Right. Because there was no but I don't think it'll I stand by my point. I don't think it's gonna be erased on some Thanos snap shit. I just think that it's going to be more of a novelty, kind of like plays. That's like, what I was looking for. Yeah. I think that's the and especially COVID. It was already trending toward that direction with everything. Everything's plus all these streaming services. There's a new streaming service like every freaking week. Like it was already trending toward that. All COVID did was accelerate it. Like, all right, you already taking a hit. You already made less money this year than the year before, but now pandemic, shit shut down for a whole year plus. So it's just sped it up. But I think it's going to be a novelty. I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be a mainstay like it was like in the 90s and early 2000s or whatnot. I think that time has passed.
Yeah, I think whoever's going to try to fund the industry is going to look at it from DK's standpoint of like making it a bougie attire event. Nice lean back chairs. Probably like I know there's a theater in Brooklyn now, Nighthawk, where you get dinner plates. Like they give you dinner plates, they give you wine, they give you.
Oh yeah, there are a few places like that.
Oh yeah, I went to one of those.
There's Alamo, there's Nighthawk,
Alamo. Yeah, I went to
iPick.
I went to Alamo to see the new Batman. I went with Frody, and that was like a whole vibe. It was like because I'd been to the AMC dine-ins. We got a couple here in Jersey, but the Alamo was like it was like a whole club. Like, you got a bar.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying.
So I think they're going to start leaning more towards an entire experience for the movie theater,
as they should.
I'm sensing a future where most of them are going to close, but those that kind of transcend and kind of stick to hitting all senses,
yeah,
they might.
The ones that don't evolve and bring something to the table that's like other than just going to sit. I think those are going to die out. I'm with you on that. Like you're gonna have to. There's got to be more bang for my buck. Like if I'm gonna go to the movie theater, I need something else or else I'm just gonna stay home and stream it.
Right.
Or call a bunch of friends and we'll just watch it at my house or somebody else's house and just stream it there. Why should we pay the extra $20-$30 depending like where you're going to see it?
DK, you want to spoil Black Adam? You could spoil. I gotta change them anyway. You want to spoil it real quick?
No, there's really just watch it. It's a good movie. I think it's
we'll do a recap next episode for sure. Yeah, I think we should. I think we should. I think we absolutely should.
It's not like it's not like it's better than Love and Thunder. That's for fucking sure. It's better than the last few Marvel movies I've seen. That's for sure. But it's not. It was a good iteration of their Marvel version of a DC movie. I don't know. It was fine. I think the Rock did a good thing. I like the origin story. The action was fine. Good mix of comedy in there. The ending is set up. Other stuff.
DK.
Yeah.
Did the Rock bottom anybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even think about that shit.
Yeah,
bro. I don't care about the rock bottom. Okay?
He does the rock bottom in every movie.
I care about the people's elbow.
No, he did not.
He did the people's elbow from fucking space.
He did not. He didn't. Unfortunately, sorry to spoil that, but no, he did not. Sorry.
That's bullshit.
He do the people's eyebrow.
Oh yeah, he does that. He does that in every movie.
As long as he sticks to his guns.
I enjoyed it. I went to a dining theater to watch it. I loved it.
Let's go see King of Queens, bro.
King of Queens. Wow. The racism.
King of Queens.
Your colonizers are making you say that joke, bro. Like so.
I mean, not a bad show, but you know.
Great show. Actually, I actually love that show. But
oh yeah. Also, someone claimed that $2.04 billion Powerball in California has been claimed allegedly. We'll see.
They only got 124 million, right? Oh, they don't know who it was.
No, the person, somebody claimed it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it's 2.04 billion.
My mom was letting me play that shit. I was like, no.
Well, it's funny. I looked at the odds. I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I think I could win the Powerball." And then I saw the odds were like 1 in 298 million, and I was like, "You're more likely to die in this conversation that we're having than you are to win the jackpot." Like, there's going to be many thousands of people who are going to die worldwide before someone wins this shit.
I can use the Jonah Hill GIF for 95% of stuff Edwin says. But he's right. He's right. My mom was like, "Yo, are you playing?" I'm like, "No."
What the fuck?
Man,
Someone asked me about that shit, I think yesterday, and I was like, oh, no.
That's what poor people do. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna start
That is,
saying.
the lottery is for poor people. Don't ever bring out poor people shit to my door again. Bro. The fuck? The lottery.
There's a skit from Chappelle Show with when black people get reparations, and it clips to this black lady. And she's like waving, she's fanning herself with the money because she got her reparation money. He's like, everybody come over here. It's poor people over here.
nah, man, that sketch was funny. The dice game where
Yeah.
Tron became the richest man in the world playing dice. That was hilarious.
Chappelle is the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, this episode gonna have so many fucking clips. That's the base.
Yahtzee.
You gotta clip this shit off of TikTok, boy.
Yeah. Big facts. Oh, let me see. I got.
Yeah, old girl, I love the way she do it. She get low like it's nothing really to it. She pick it up and she spin it back around and she get it from my mama. Damn, I knew it. Enzoku, Enzoku, Enzoku. Nice job, boy. Ibu Kwenu, yeah, that's true. She move her hips so proper. Yeah, and she look like Rihanna.